Hello. On the screen is Ashoka Buildcon's fiscal year 2026 first quarter earnings conference call. This is the transcript of that conference call. So basically, whatever was said in the conference call has been written down here. And if you don't know, conference call or an upon call is basically it's a meeting where the management of the company talks to the shareholders of the company. The shareholders are obviously invited onto this meeting and they can ask management questions and management will give answers, future targets, okay, like revenue targets, profit targets, future projects and all milestones they're looking at, any acquisitions they're looking for, what are their plans, current debt levels, plans to reduce debt, stuff like that all can be mentioned in a con call. So that's why con calls are important, because we hear directly from management. Video is already 1 minute long, so let's see the con call highlights. What important things were said in this latest con call? So first, question has been asked. All right, this black line. Okay, question has been asked. My first question is on execution. Execution in this quarter has been lagging. What execution? Execution of projects. Okay. I think the revenue declined by 30% and the order book has grown by 15%. My question is, what is leading to this muted order execution? Basically, this quarter, revenue declined by 30%. Ashoka Buildcon's revenue declined by 30%, but the order flow and the order book increased. So total amount of work that they have has increased, but the revenue has decreased. And this is due to a lag in project execution. And for construction companies, the revenue is recognized according to how much of the project they have done, mostly, or sometimes. Okay. So better project execution, faster will be the revenue. All right. So the answer is two, three reasons. One of the major reasons is early monsoon. Second is the orders which we got in last season are still in mobilization stage. So out of seven projects which we got, only three have been moved ahead and four are yet to start. So these are really reflected in the quarter one turnover degrowth. So quarter one turnover or revenue degrowth was because one was early monsoons this year, and second was many of the orders which they got are still in the mobilization stage. So this was the reason for revenue degrowth. Then management. Okay, I think this is the CEO of the company. I'm not sure, but he said, person said, management said, going ahead now, quarter three, quarter four, we will be catching up. Quarter two, again, we will be a little similar pattern, but quarter three, quarter four, we will be catching up, and all these projects will be at full swing. So, quarter two, we can expect a similar pattern, revenue degrowth or stable revenues. But quarter three, quarter four, investors of Ashoka Buildcon can expect higher revenue growth in order to catch up. All right. Now, a question comes, very important. What kind of growth are we expecting for revenue for fiscal year 2026 revenue growth? Answer by management, we are expecting around 10% growth. And this quarter one, quarter two will be a bit negative. So we will have to catch up in quarter three, quarter four. Overall, we will be around 10% to 12% up. So this is a revenue guidance given by management, 10% to 12% growth in revenue for fiscal year 2026. So by the end of fiscal year 2026, we can see, do they actually achieve this? Is management competent in achieving all these or this target? So note this down, please. Now, question is asked, sir, can you just give us a broad guidance for fiscal year 2026 with respect to revenue, margins, and what are the order inflow that we are taking in the capex? All right. So revenue we already got 10 to 12%. So this answer is for orders. All right. So orders, as we say now in quarter one, we could do INR 2000 crores. But going ahead, we should be able to do 3000 crores per quarter and around 10,000 to 12,000 crores is still we expect overall. So from what I understand, basically the total order book for this year, fiscal year 2026, they expect it to be around 10,000 to 12,000 crores. That is the guidance or the expectation for order book fiscal year 2026. Then question question is asked, okay, what are the revenue guidance and the EBITDA margin guidance? Again, revenue guidance we already saw. Okay, so revenue, I said we will see around 10 to 12%. Now, EBITDA guidance. Let's read. EBITDA, we will be able to maintain what we have achieved in quarter one. All right. So whatever was there, what was there? 32% was the operating profit margin. Is that right? Okay, 32% was the operating profit margin. It seems so. So they will be able to maintain that for the whole year. That's what they're saying. Let's continue. Let's read a little faster. Now, major important thing. Okay, important question. So my next question is with respect to the monetization of some of their subsidiaries. So if you can help us, when will this monetization of the HAM and BOT assets exit to SBI Macquarie? So, what are the timelines you're looking at? What are the number of tranches in which this monetization will happen? So, you can provide us a timeline and the cash flow. Important question. Basically, Ashoka Buildcon is selling some of its subsidiaries. All right. And when I mean subsidiaries, basically, Ashoka Buildcon has subsidiary companies, and those subsidiary companies in their balance sheet are these construction projects and the liabilities associated with these construction projects and the assets associated with these construction projects. Ashoka Buildcon, they have a subsidiary, and the subsidiary on their balance sheet will be the project, the asset of the project, and the liabilities of the project. And they're selling some of their projects to other companies like SBI Macquarie. All right, this will bring in a lot of revenue and profit for the company. So it's important. And the question is basically about the timeline in which all these projects will be sold in and the cash they will make. Now, answer yes. So, on the monetization, as we have already disclosed, we have two transactions in pipeline. Two transactions. One is for the five BOT projects. BOT, build, operate, transfer. They build a project, okay, they build some infrastructure, they operate it for a few years, and then they transfer it to the government or to whatever authority. So one is for the five BOT projects, which we are selling to Maple Inbuilt Run by CDPQ, and the HAM 11 projects, which we are selling to Advelis Run AMC Secura. All right, five BOT projects and 11 HAM projects. HAM, hybrid annuity model, a different model for construction, different business model like BOT, EPC, and HAM. They're different models basically. Same thing, they're construction only. On the five BOT projects, as we've already indicated in Mr. Parak's speech, we expect it to close it by 30th September. So 30th September, the five BOT projects. Then on the HAM side, for the first five set of projects, of the total 11, the first five, we expect the closure to happen by somewhere last week, August, or the initial couple weeks of September. All right. So again, by September end, definitely. All right. The first initial couple weeks of September, these five projects also closing will happen. So five BOT and five HAM projects will be closed by September. Okay. And based on the receipts from these, the Mercury SBI commitment of 1,526 crore rupees plus buying out the JN stake of 150 crores will be achieved. Right, so 1,526 crores plus 150 crores will be achieved the end of September, by September. Okay, by September. Then there will be six more HAM projects to be monetized, which will happen as four projects will happen by December, and the last two projects will happen by June 26, where the CODs are expected. Okay, So this is how the projects will be monetized and the SBI Makri will be given exit to. All right. So we have 10 projects for December. Sorry, September. The September this year, month of September. 5 BOT, 5 HAM. Then we have a few in December. All right. And then we have a couple by June 2026 and 1500 crores plus 150 more. All right. Now, question very important. Answer, what is the proceeds we are expecting from the BOT and the HAM assets? If you can help with the first five BOT. All right, all right. So the first five BOT, we are expecting around 2800 crores to 3000 crores, roughly 3000 crores. And the balance of the six projects by June of around 1000 crores. All right, all right. So by the June projects, they're expecting 1000 crores. These five BOT, they're expecting almost 3000 crores. And certain monies to be received from tool BOT projects, which are linked to extension, which will happen later in a couple of years' time. So that's approximately 700 odd crores. So they mentioned for the first five BOT projects, they're expecting around 3000 crores. Then by June next year, they're expecting around 1000 crores for the balance of the other six projects. Okay. And from toll BOT projects, basically BOT, build, operate, transfer, they will operate. For example, they build a road, they will operate that road for some time. And if there are tolls to be collected from that road, from people driving on that road, then they can collect the tolls for some time and they expect to receive around 700 odd crores over the next couple of years' time. All right. Uh, nice. Then moving on, what is it? This is page 8 of the con call. Moving on, we go to here. A question has been asked by the shareholders. I want to check was what's the probability that this 30th September date would remain, I mean, more or less achievable? Because even last time you had mentioned 30th June is when the closure would happen, and then you updated all of us saying it has been extended to 30th September. So what's the probability that 30th September won't become 31st December, say? He's saying basically last time for selling or monetization of these assets, they claimed 30th June. Then they delayed it 30th September. So how can shareholders be sure that they will actually achieve this? Answer, largely the CPs. CPs, from what I Googled, means condition precedents. Conditions that need to be met for such a project or transaction to occur. For transaction of such nature to be approved, there are condition precedents, certain conditions to be met. So largely the CPs, which are generally out of the control of the companies, NOCs from NHAI and lenders, which fortunately are all completed at this moment of time. NOCs, no objection certificates. As the name suggests, certificates which clearly state that the organization giving out the certificate is saying they have no objection to a particular transaction taking place. So NOCs from NHAI and lenders, these were needed. No objection certificates from these people. External sources were needed, and they've now finally have it. Earlier, for their 30th June date, it did not have these NOCs. These CPs, remember, external. These are external CPs. These NOCs are external CPs, things out of their control. So that's why they could achieve the earlier date. But now important, here they're saying below me. So now whatever CPs are left out are internal CPs, which definitely are under control. So then that's the reason and comfort that definitely we will achieve closure by 30th September. So the reason for stating that they will definitely be able to monetize or sell these assets by 30th September is that now all the conditions that are to be met are internal conditions. They're not external. They don't need any more certificates of no objection certificates from NHI or lenders. Now, whatever conditions are to be met, it's all under their control. Unlike last time. All right. Then I think we're close to ending this. very close to ending this. Yes, here. This is by management speaking more about the monetization that they will make, the money they will make. So, in this year, the first tranche or the first group, which we are speaking by 30 September, we expect to monetize approximately 2,900 crores of monies from the sale of which 1,600 crores, or rather 1,700 crores, would be appropriated to giving exit to Macquarie. So we'll be left with approximately 1,200 crores. So this 30th September, what is the money they will actually be left with? 1,200 crores because they have to give some amount to Macquarie. I don't know about Macquarie or the situation, but it seems Macquarie had a stake in all this, so they will receive money. That's an exit for them. So in the end, for the assets they're selling by 30th September, they will receive approximately 1,200 crores. At the end, 1,200 crores. This will largely be utilized for initially reducing our working capital debt, and then future plans will be taken up post September. Post that, the next tranche of proceeds will be approximately by December end, approximately 600 crores, and by March, another 500 crores. So that's how the plan, how cash will be realized. So we had three figures: 1,200 crores, September, December, another 600 crores, and by March, another 500 crores, which brings the total to 1,200 plus 1,100, 2,300 crores by March next year. And this will be used to reduce their working capital debt. Okay, okay. Then, question is asked, just two things. Given such a high influx of cash, what would be our debt to equity, or how much of debt are we planning to reduce, or at least there must be a target internally? Okay, understandable question. So today we are standing at almost 1,600 crores of debt on standalone. On the project side, it is approximately 5,200 crores, of which hardly 275 crores will continue on the books for Jarora Naya Gaon and Chennai ORR. But otherwise, most of the debt will go along with the projects. So basically, we will be addressing the 1,650 crores of standalone debt, which will be brought to typical levels of around 500 to 600 crores max. Okay, if it confuses someone, basically they have mentioned two figures, right? 1,600 crores debt on standalone, but project side is 5,200 crores. What does that mean? Again, uh, Ashoka Buildcon standalone, the company itself, Ashoka Buildcon has 1,600 crores of debt, right? Project side, Ashoka Buildcon has a lot of subsidiaries. These subsidiaries are the ones that will actually do the projects. Many of the projects will be done by them. So the assets of these projects, the subsidiaries themselves will have. These subsidiaries will also have the liabilities associated or the debt raised in order to finance these projects. So 50 to 100 crores of debt is for the project side. All right. After this monetization, right, only 275 crores of this 5,200 crores will now continue on their books. The others no longer continue on the books. And 1,600 crores is now the company itself, Toka Buildcon only, not subsidiaries. From what I understand, I can be wrong, but from Ashoka Buildcon alone, they have 1,600 crores of debt. This 1,600 crores will be reduced to around 500 to 600 crores max. So he is confirmed here. Management again confirms this debt reduction of 1,000 crores, around 1,000 crores for standalone. Fine, 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 fine. Okay, there was a GST raid conducted at the office, and they're saying that nothing happened. There's no significant claim. Okay, now again, statement by management important. We expect our margins of around 9.5 to 10% will continue in the next coming quarters. That should help keep the EBITDAs better. These are based on new projects. The old projects, most of them have got over. New projects will keep on giving this kind of margin. Basically, the newer projects will have a higher margin than the older ones. The older ones, 9.5 to 10%. So let me check. Let me actually check. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? 9%. Screener is showing operating profit margin of 27 or 31%. Even net profit margins are like 12. Okay, I don't know this company basically. Uh, I will have to check these numbers out again. I don't know this company. But if you do know, they're saying margins of around 9.5 to 10%. Please do explain it to me. And they're saying the new projects they're getting have better margins than the older ones, which is always a positive. Okay, segment is already 20 minutes. Let's just end this. Again, statement by management will be targeting a higher growth rate for 26, 27, 2026, 2027. And these order books, which are existing, will be executed over 18 to 24 months' time, maybe slightly more depending on the size of projects and type of projects. So they're, of course, aiming for higher growth. And I think we have one last page, finally. Oh no, we have no more pages. Yes, it's done. It's done. So, summary, 10 to 12% is the revenue growth they're expecting for fiscal year 2026. They expect their margins to be better because the new projects they're getting a higher margin. What else? Debt reduction standalone 1600 crores to 600 crores. The amount of money they will be getting from their monetization, I think it's 2300 crores. Maybe someone can confirm that because they said 1200 crores. That's what they will get net. They have to give some money to Macquarie. Macquarie is other company, I think foreign, but not sure. But Macquarie, because they must have had some stake in these projects too for them to get money. The 1200 crore by September, some 500 crore ish by I think December, and 600 crore ish by March, bringing the total to 2300 crores. That's how they will be getting. That's how much they will be getting from these monetization of the assets. So of the subsidiaries they're selling, and that was it. That was Ashoka Buildcon. If you're still staying around, there was something said about one of the projects actually. Yeah, yeah. This is pretty interesting. You see this traffic management system. So Ashoka Buildcon got a project in some state for traffic management systems. So of course they will be building, I guess, a road, but maybe along with that, I'm not sure. But traffic management system here involves smart or tech-oriented traffic solutions. So like surveillance cameras, maybe sensors, stuff like that, integrated into the infrastructure in order to regulate traffic flow better. So there, this is something maybe a bit new for the company. That's a bit interesting. A shareholder asked. So I want to know about this traffic management system. What will be our source of revenues and how would we be able to monetize that? Okay, traffic management system. It's a new thing. It's a new thing. What? Oh yeah. This is a statement. Yeah. Yes. So this is the intelligent traffic management where we will be paid on capturing of incidents. So incidents could be overspeeding, could be seat belt, could be helmet, lane cutting, anything. So these are all cameras which will be put up on the highways and the revenue will be from incident management. From incident will be paid. Okay. And the IRR, the internal rate of return, sorry, is 18%. That's the internal rate of return. And above internal 18% internal rate of return, they'll be sharing the money with the government. All right. So yeah, I think that was it. This traffic management system, you can check it out. You can check it out on Google. It's a bit new thing. It sounds interesting. I think along with the roads, there will be like sensors and cameras integrated. And as I said, more are the number of incidents, more they will be able to capture. Yeah, more the money they will receive from more and more incidents that will capture. And I think they had mentioned something about an overseas. Yeah, in the overseas, they actually received some work. I think in Guano. I can't find it. I can't believe I didn't mark that. Yes. Management said this. Yeah, we have achieved a significant milestone. Let me mark this. A significant milestone. Yes. Let me mark this. Yeah. We achieved a significant milestone on international front in Guyana. On June 18, 2025, we signed and executed a contract with the government of Guyana Republic for phase 2 of East Bank East Coast Road Linkage Project. The project is valued at $67 million US dollars and comes an 18-month execution timeline. So, it moreover strengthens the global footprint. That was an important win for them, I guess. That was it. That was Ashoka Buildcon Limited, or some of the stuff, important stuff said in the latest con call. Have a good day.